What is going on? Actually, you know what? Let me tell you what is going on. There is some new hype on the Boom Beach train. Boom Beach hired this dashing model to point at a blurry building. So that is clearly huge news. I don't know what that maybe I do know what that building is, but I officially don't know what that building is. So do tune in to YouTube tomorrow at 10 a.m. to see what the heck the hype is all about. Also, let me know in the comments down below what you think the hype is about. And heck, if you get it right, maybe I'll throw some diamonds or something your way. So do hit me up down below. Let me know what you think. And then we are going to jump over into here, and you know, code ZMod, gotta refresh it, gotta annoy you. Jumping into Warships, though, ridiculous. Absolutely full-on ridiculous. On this account, I do not have medkits, I do not have shocks, I do not have flares, I do not have heavies, no scorchers, no hero, no brick, no everspark, and no Kavan, although Kavan is kind of tempting. Just got my artillery so that I can go back and get building health to make it even more ridiculous. But we've got the building damage, we've got the doom cannon, we got the boom cannons, and people are still clearing it. Some people, Supreme Overlord, big shout out there for clearing the base. I think you're the only, no, there's two, but that, nonetheless, we are in rank 17. My other base is still at the 4 engine room level. It is still heavy rushing, and heavy rush just crushes everything. You can get about 17.50 or so at the 4 engine room level, and then you start matching 5s, and I lose to 5s. So, nonetheless, we will keep going. I'll show you how I'm attacking. Spoiler alert, you might have seen it there. It's not sexy at all. It is right there. Yeah, this is going back to old-fashioned Boom Beach days before we had heroes where RZM, RZM, whatever the heck you want to call it, was a thing. And so we're going to get rid of one of these, actually. I think 3 should do it. We're going to send our rifle there, our Zuka over there, and then this is going to be a problem, I think, because if any of you have ever used medics before, you're thinking to yourself, Zed, that was incredibly stupid. And you know what? You're not wrong. Also, that should have been a crystal shield, but I missed the button apparently. So, hoping that our rifles stay put, because if they go over to that far left or right-hand side, why do I always make that mistake on Boom Beach? We will be in a world of pain. And you might be asking yourself, Zed, why did you not use artillery until now? And the answer is because I just straight up forgot, to be honest. So we're going to get rid of you, and then our rifle dudes should be able, and by the way, notice how large that circle is. I am just amazed by how many troops you can cover with it, and I often screw it up and don't throw it in the right spots. But medics, look at our medic friends, just keeping those troops alive, and it is definitely not sexy. Like, there is nothing sexy about RZM, especially without flares. But it works for the most part, and more importantly, our opponents are fizzling. So it doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to be kind of okay. And we're gonna let one of our Zukas hit that boom mine, and that is because we want to make gosh darn sure that that right there keeps our troops alive. And that crystal shield is the real MVP this season, and it is generally one of the worst temporary gunboat abilities, so I kind of like the fact that it's having its moment this season. And just gross, like, look how many troops we're gonna have left. I definitely could have done this better. The fact that I didn't even clue into the fact, yes, I just used fact twice in one sentence, and I did not see those mines. Come on, medics. Yes. Okay, so should be able to finish this base, and our opponent hasn't touched our engine rooms in a minute, so we're just gonna throw an artillery there and an artillery there, and now we just watch our medics do their darndest to try to keep our Zukas alive, and like just by the skin of the teeth. And that's where that extra building damage in the 5-engine room just really, really paying dividends. So we finished the base. Hooray. One of them, Dutch Oven, I think I copied their base earlier in the season, so big shout out to Dutch Oven. Sorry for wasting your time, and I'll show you what's happening here. Like, just absolutely crushing bases, especially with those Scorchers. We've got 2 damage amplifiers touching up that Doom Cannon, and Doom Cannon just running absolutely wild. Like, I was talking to, I believe it was Ian, can't remember his username in Boom Beach, but look how quickly, he said he lost all of his Scorchers to 2 Doom Cannon shots. Because what happens is Doom Cannons do have splash damage, and as soon as they hit a shock mine, you end up bunching them up, and notice, like, just absolutely crushing Scorchers. So if you've been one of those players who've been relying on Scorchers, do know that I don't even have the building health yet. Yes, I am going back to get it. I hate backfilling, but it just feels like if I'm going to have a defensive base, I might as well have a defensive base. So, and we've got shock mines, green mines, red mines. Why do they? It's kind of funny how they call them green mines and red mines, but then not white mines. Anyways, rambling, full rambling. So I definitely need to do a little bit better job of dropping my riflemen a little bit slowly and just kind of leaking them in there. But the fact that we can clear these mines just makes life easier. And one of the things I didn't really touch on is just drop your Zookas over there and your rifles over there. That way you end up, and also do drop your rifles up in the blind spot of that bad boy up there, because that way you get optimal value of your Zookas once the Zookas do come out. And need to hold off on our rifles. We're going to drop, sorry, not our rifles, our medics. We're going to drop our medics right about there, because we want them to come heal these guys, not the other guys, and we're going to drop you over there to clear a bunch of these mines. We'll throw an artillery right about there, trying to get 4? Yeah, just like on complex or other operation attacks, you can clear many mines with 1. It just takes a little bit of precision. And now most of our dudes are going to get in there, and we're not too worried about single mines, but you do have to be very careful watching mortars when it comes to how much defensive building damage they have. Otherwise, you're going to have a very bad time. We just lost all our Zookas on that left-hand side, but we're not overly concerned about it yet. And now we're going to throw an artillery just to try to keep some of those Zookas alive, because otherwise we're going to have a, you guessed it, bad time. So just clearing some mines. I only have tick 1 artillery, so we can't be getting rid of back engine rooms, and I know there are way sexier hits to get rid of engine rooms using max artillery, but they're just not an option for me. Now, did our opponent actually clear the base? Very rare to see. But if you're looking to clear the base, heavy Zooka with Everspark seems to be the best option. I'm leaning towards going for Kavan, though. I haven't seen anyone with Kavan. If you have, please do let me know. And there we go. They're coming in with, you guessed it, heavy Zooka Kavan. Did we beat them on time? I really hope that we did. That would be swell. Drum roll, please. Did not. So, heavy Zooka Kavan, heavy Zooka Everspark. Definitely one of the strongest troop combos per ground anyways. Obviously there's rocket choppas, but rocket choppas running into bases like this do start to get difficult as well. Now, they've only got 20% building damage with no building health, so we should be able to walk through this base if we plan things well. I do like to send 1 boat of hidden warriors for that back left, but we're just going to keep it super dead simple on this. Also, I like to send 1 boat far right wall just to speed that up a little bit. Same deal here, just Zookas. Don't send your rifle dudes too early. You will regret it, because we don't need to have those flamethrowers do anything at all. Like, they just watch your troops walk through. We're going to clear those mines using our newfound tools. And then as these guys move forwards, that mortar is going to drop somewhere towards our Zookas because those hidden rifle dudes, hidden rifles are annoying, to be completely honest. Like, if you used regular rifles, you wouldn't have to concern yourself so much with your keeping your Zookas alive. The only time the hidden rifle guys, the undercover rifles, sorry, are useful is when they hit a shock mine and they're not visible. Otherwise, they're just absolutely wasting space, and your troops are dying as a result. And here's what I was talking about on that right-hand side. We're going to walk some of those things up there, and that mortar doesn't know if it wants to shoot left or if it wants to shoot right, and so we are just going to help it out by sending our troops on both sides of it. And now the problem, the medic trying to run backwards across the way, which was not ideal. Come on. And then again, the riflemen, just those microwavers, just absolutely eat them up in ridiculous, ridiculous fashion. One mine, not a big concern, but then we start to see the machine guns on that right-hand side. Now, do we clear those 3 mines and hope that our troops get over there, or do we hope for percentages? I think we need to go towards percentages here in a second, so we're going to throw this here. And it's going to come down to whether our opponent's going to finish the base or not. I hate this part of Warships. Just watching my troops die with nothing I can do about them. No flare, no hero, and we're not going to retreat because that would have taken longer. And now beating Boab on percentages. So just wanted to throw this out there. A, you can attack using this strategy, and B, the fizzles are coming. So if you've been using troops like Scorchers or maybe a heavy rush, do know that you're probably going to fizzle unless you make some plans. So save some of those. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to save some of those tokens, those ones up there, to max your artillery. It is a giantly fantastic tool because you can get rid of the laser beam, for example, if you're using squishy troops, or you can get rid of a doom cannon, or you can just ignore this back left engine room. So my tech paths are definitely not ideal. One person pointed out, like, why the heck did I unlock tanks? I know. This tech tree is one of those ones where you do as I say, not as I do. And do let me know. Kavan? I mean, the problem is that I can't come back through this node because I don't have any of those items. So getting Kavan just means that I have to then come back through Barrage, which is not the worst thing. But again, no tokens for Barrage either. So lots and lots of choices to make. But more importantly, new things on the horizon. What is that new building? What is it making? What does it do? It looks like it's got like black and yellow crosses on it, kind of like Gearhart's building, like the caution tape. Do let me know what you think. What's it going to be? What's it going to do? I am Zedmot, though. Thank you for coming in, Warship and conjecturing, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.